Hi, I'm Jason. Today I'm going to explain what a cam button is, what it's used for, and why is it so important. And I haven't seen a good video to explain exactly what a cam button is and why is this so important. So let me show you. Putting the new camshaft in my 402 big block in my Suburban. New camshaft. And so I'm going from a flat tappet camshaft. I'll put the camera down here and we'll explain all of this. Okay, so here's the cam. This is the old one. Flat lifter cam, right? So depending on how familiar you are, what happens is these lifters ride like this as the camshaft spins and it comes across the lobe. That lobe lifts up the lifter and lets it back down. That operates the valves, okay? On a flat cam, this is called a flat tappet cam because this is flat and I am upgrading to rollers, okay? See, that's a roller on there, okay? We'll get back to that in a minute. From the factory, flat cams like this, to keep the camshaft as it rotates in the engine, to keep it from going front to back like this, which it would just want to do if there's nothing hanging on to it, the lobes right here, the profile, for example, is not exactly flat. They're tapered just a bit. And you can kind of see it on the wear pattern right here of where this rides. They're tapered so that the pressure, there's a lot of pressure on this lifter, pushes down against the cam. It wants to shove the cam to the back of the motor. And that's where it's supposed to be. It can ride back here up against this, and so the cam doesn't go front to back. And I'll explain why that's important in a minute, okay? Here is a gear that your distributor goes on, right? Your distributor controls your timing. So we'll come back to that in a minute, okay? So in other words, engines that are designed like this don't need a cam button, never came with them. But when you upgrade to a roller cam and roller lifters, these are more efficient. You know, there's a bearing there, it rolls instead of friction between, you know, a flat and a roller, okay? But what problem that creates is now they can't taper the lobe. They have to be flat because there's a bearing rolling right on it. It can't be one way or the other. No biggie, right? Who cares? It's more efficient. But what that does is now the cam is free to move front to back. And so the cam button helps solve that. And I'll show you exactly why and how. First off, this is your timing plate cover, okay? So, timing chain cover, I should say. So in other words, roughly it's about like this. And so, you know, if you just let your cam go willy-nilly, it could have the freedom to go forward and hit right here and wear a hole in here and cause all kinds of damage, okay? So we need something to keep that cam back. So that's the first thing, okay? Don't need to wear a hole in your timing chain cover. It's obvious problems, okay? So let's get up here in the engine now. Okay, so we've established we don't want this cam coming forward too far because it could hit your timing cover. Now I've put a new one in, a new timing cover, and I'll address exactly what kind this is. So first reason, we don't want this cam coming in and wearing a hole in our timing cover. The second reason we don't want it moving too much is because down here, what would happen if we let it move but the lifters aren't? You may have a lobe crash into the lifter on the other side, right? We can't have too much movement like this. We want this as centered as possible, okay? Reason number two, right there. Reason number three, and people say, oh, for your timing, but I don't think they properly explain what they mean. So remember that gear on the camshaft? It's the very back here and engages the distributor, okay? And I've put my distributor in. So watch what happens, because I can move the cam because I haven't secured it yet. The cam right now is pushed as far forward as it'll go, And then I'm gonna push it back here. And watch that distributor. See that turn? And then as I'll move it the other way. Okay, that moved several degrees there. Just from me moving the camshaft back and forth. So that's how much play is in this right now. That's this camshaft right here going back and forth. That's huge, because if you think about it, the engine's running and that camshaft's just wobbling front to back all at once. It's changing your timing on you, isn't it? Not good. Got to have consistent timing. That's the point that I think a lot of people don't understand or don't really get what's happening when that moves front to back. Okay, so the three issues that a cam button solves, or I should say that we need to solve, the three problems are to keep the camshaft still, don't wear a hole in your timing chain cover, keep your lifter centered on the lobe, and to keep your timing consistent. So how do we do that? The cam button is simply a little nylon-y, plasticky, sometimes they make these things out of steel. They're just really cheap. I mean, this is plastic, this one, or nylon something. And the idea here is it gets pushed in the front of your camshaft, and it's just a press fit. And then that, if you look at how far that sticks out, so that's gonna spin with the camshaft, right? The other end sits right here on your timing chain cover, and that can sit there and spin all you want, and it's not going to wear a hole in this. Now, the downside to this is you have to grind it to fit. In other words, if I just put this in right now, it sticks out way too far, and so you have to take measurements to put this in, see how much you need to grind it off, get a grinder or whatever, and grind this down. And the tolerances for how much play in the cam are pretty dang narrow. I don't have them off the top of my head, but it's like in the thousandths. Okay, I mean, it's a little bit. So sometimes, it's a big hassle to get this exactly right the first time. You got to take it in, put the timing cover on, measure, grind it again, back and forth, and you better not go too far because now it's too much. Regardless, that's not the end of the world. It's plastic. This can work. But there's a better solution. More expensive, of course, and that's what I've bought here, is a two-piece timing chain cover that lets me put the cover on. This is still exposed, but then I put in this piece on here, dink, like that, and this piece, but essentially that is a cam button right there. That fits right in that same hole. However, right here I can adjust it. So I can have it installed on the engine. I can measure the play of the cam going back and forth. What happened to my cam? Oh, it rolled over here. This is my old cam, so don't worry about it getting dirty. So this sits here like this, and then I can adjust that to exactly where I need it to get the perfect amount of end play, and then you lock it into place and you're done. Does that all make sense? That's why a cam button is needed on motors that you're retrofitting a roller cam into. All right? Fun. We'll see you again.